We're standing at the entrance of the city of David, here David, and we have the main stories that we tell here. It's about the capturing of Yerushalayim in the times of David HaMelech. Now, this is probably one of the most important wars in all of Jewish history, or world history. This is where Yerushalayim first becomes a capital of the Jewish people and will be from then on for eternity. And yet, it only gets one pasuk in two different places, and that pasuk itself isn't really very clear. It says, if we can just capture the tzinor, whoever does it will be rewarded. The only question is, what's a tzinor? And so Mefarshim tell us, Rashi tells us that it could be that it has to do with water. And so we think that it could be the waterway leading into the city. We're looking at a satellite image of the city as it looks more or less today, where we have the Kidron Valley on one side, coming down from Har HaBayit, and there's a central valley as well, which is a little harder to see, even today, because it's mostly filled in. And between these two, that's the city of David. This is Yerushalayim in the times of David HaMelech. Of course, David HaMelech purchases and adds on this area over here of Har HaBayit. Now, if we look at it from a depiction of what it would have looked like, here, of course, it's already times of Shlomo, because we have the Beis Hamikdash standing. So again, here we have the Kidron Valley, the central valley on the other side, and they lead down towards this pool here at the bottom, the Bechat HaShiloach, the Shiloach pool. Now the problem here is that the water is outside the city. So you can see ththese people here, they're standing on Har HaZeitim, across from the city. Down here again is the Kidron, and you'd have lots of agriculture here. But here, this is the actual spring, the Gihon spring. That's a problem, because it's outside the city walls. So why not just build the walls down here? Because you build the walls wherever it's most strategic. And this is the most strategic point to build the walls, because that way you're using all of this hillside, this slope, as if it's part of the fortifications of the city. But you can't leave the water source out here, right? Because if the city is laid siege, so then it falls into the hands of the enemy, and then you have one more problem, is that you have no more water. So what they do is, this is already from the Canaanim, they have the pool that the spring fills, the Gihon spring. Next to it, they have a guard tower, and all of that is encased within a wall that extends from the city itself. So you go down from the city, you go underneath the city walls, come out, and you come to the guard tower, and then over to the pool of the spring. From there, the water continues in a tunnel till it comes out into the fields so that it can be used for agriculture. So perhaps the tzinor that we're talking about, again, in modern Hebrew, that means a pipe. But what does it mean in Tanakh Hebrew? Perhaps it's something similar. Perhaps it's the waterway. And so maybe David HaMelech was saying to Yoav, if you can take your elite group of soldiers and come in backwards through these waterways, make your way in here, take over the guard tower, and find a way to open up the gate, we don't need to lay siege to the city. We can capture it that much more quickly. And perhaps that's how David HaMelech captured the city. But we're still left with a question, and that's, why not tell us this? We have so many battles that are depicted, some of them in great detail, sometimes whole prakim, and here, only one pasuk in two different places. That's hard to understand. What happened? Maybe in this case specifically, the geography and the topography and the strategy, all of that was kind of left out. And it wasn't used as the main point, because here the main point is Yerushalayim. The main point is the unity, the main point is Hashem helping us. And so, in this case in particular, it seems that it was left out. This is such an important spiritual place. And spirituality, as we know, is built on unity, is built on peace, is built on shalom. And so maybe because of that, in this case, the Tanakh doesn't go into the strategy in detail with regards to the battle. We'll see Har HaBayit itself, David HaMelech doesn't even conquer it in battle, he purchases it. Okay, so then we're even going up a level, of course, in Kedusha.